There's a life lesson in here. The people who are successful, who are actually strong, just go. And the people who look too much, think, ask too many fucking questions, those people fucking fail.
You think you have time? You don't. Every second you waste is another step toward failure, another opportunity slipping through your fingers, another nail in the coffin of the life you'll never live. Look around. Right now, someone out there is grinding harder than you, outworking you, becoming stronger, while you sit there doing nothing. And soon, they will take everything you ever wanted. The money, the power, the respect. You think it's waiting for you? It's being taken while you hesitate. The world doesn't reward the slow. It doesn't care about the weak. It crushes those who wait and elevates those who move. So wake up right now, because if you don't, you will be left behind, forgotten, just another man who could have been great but chose to remain nothing. Everything you've been taught about life, success, and happiness is a lie. From the moment you were born, society has been conditioning you to be weak. They tell you to be patient, to take your time, to be grateful for what you have. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself why? Why are they so desperate to keep you content with mediocrity? Because weak men are easy to control. A man who is struggling, who is distracted, who is drowning in self-pity is a man who will never rise up and take what's his. And that's exactly what they want. You passive, obedient. Look around. Look at the people in your life. How many of them are truly winning? How many are living the life you dream about? Almost none. And yet these same people are the ones giving you advice. Your broke friends tell you money isn't everything. Your out-of-shape coworkers tell you the gym doesn't matter. Your miserable relatives tell you to just be happy with what you have, and like a fool, you listen. You allow their mindset to infect you, to keep you in the same pit they've settled for. You don't even question it because it's all you've ever known. The truth is, most people will never escape the loser mindset. They will spend their entire lives making excuses, blaming others, and convincing themselves that success is out of reach. And unless you wake up, unless you start thinking for yourself, you will be one of them. You will spend the next 10, 20, 30 years stuck in the same cycle, wondering why nothing ever changes, watching other men live the life you were too weak to fight for. That should terrify you. The most dangerous thing in the world is not failure, it's comfort. Comfort is what kills ambition. Comfort is what keeps you stuck. The moment you start accepting good enough, you start dying, and that's exactly where you are right now. You've convinced yourself that your current situation is fine. You tell yourself that you're trying your best. You are lying to yourself. Deep down, you know you could be doing more. You know you're not pushing yourself. You know you are capable of greater things, yet every single day you settle. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, that you'll change when the time is right, but the time will never be right. If you don't act now, you never will. Success is not complicated. It's not reserved for the lucky or the gifted. It's reserved for those who refuse to accept anything less than victory. Every single person you admire, the men who are winning at the highest level, got there because they made a decision. A decision to push beyond their limits, to reject weakness, to embrace the struggle. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for motivation. They forced themselves to become great. And that is exactly what you need to do. Ask yourself, are you truly doing everything in your power to win? Are you waking up early, training your body, sharpening your mind, building wealth, dominating your environment? Or are you making excuses? The answer is obvious. And until you change it, your life will remain exactly as it is. The clock is ticking. The choice is yours. The biggest lie you've ever been told is that life will somehow improve on its own. That if you just wait, if you stay patient, if you trust the process, things will eventually fall into place. That is a trap. That is how weak men stay weak, how losers justify their failures, how the masses remain powerless while a small group of individuals dominate the world. The truth is brutal, but you need to hear it. If you are not actively fighting for your success, you are falling behind. There is no neutral ground. Every second you waste is a second that someone else is using to outwork you, outthink you, and take the opportunities that should have been yours. You see it everywhere. People dragging themselves through life, stuck in the same miserable routine, completely unaware that they are the architects of their own failure. They complain about their circumstances, blame external forces, and convince themselves that they are victims. But what have they actually done to change? Nothing. They drown their frustration in distractions, scrolling through social media, consuming entertainment, numbing themselves with food, alcohol, and pointless conversations. They know deep down that they are wasting their potential, but rather than confront that reality, they choose the easy path. Avoidance, and if you're not careful, if you don't take control of your mind, you will become one of them. The world rewards those who take action. Look at the most powerful men in history, the ones who built empires, who shaped civilizations, who left legacies that will outlive them. Do you think they waited? Do you think they sat around hoping for the right moment to act? No, they moved. They conquered. They imposed their will on reality, and because they did, their names are remembered while the weak fade into obscurity. You need to understand something. Mediocrity is not an accident. It is a choice. It is the direct result of laziness, weak discipline, and a refusal to demand more from yourself. If your life is not where you want it to be, it is because you have tolerated failure. You have accepted less than what you are capable of. And as long as you keep making excuses, as long as you keep lying to yourself, nothing will ever change. You will wake up 10 years from now in the same position with the same regrets, wondering why success never came to you, because you never earned it. The men who win in life are not the ones who had an easy path. They are the ones who embraced suffering, who stared adversity in the face and refused to break. They trained when they didn't feel like it. They worked when they were exhausted. They made sacrifices when everyone else was looking for comfort. And because they did, they rose above the masses and took what they wanted. That is the price of greatness. And if you are not willing to pay it, you do not deserve to win. So the question is simple. Are you ready to wage war against mediocrity? Are you ready to destroy the weak version of yourself, to reject comfort, to attack life with an unrelenting hunger for success? Or will you keep waiting, keep hesitating, keep letting fear and laziness control you? The decision is yours, but understand this. Time is running out. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. That's the brutal reality most people refuse to accept. They live as if they have unlimited time, pushing their goals further into the future, convincing themselves that they can afford to waste today because tomorrow will always be there. But one day, there won't be a tomorrow. One day, you'll wake up and realize you've wasted years, maybe even decades, chasing comfort instead of chasing greatness. And at that point, regret will consume you like a disease. Regret is a slow, agonizing poison. It eats away at you, reminding you of all the moments you chose weakness over strength, all the opportunities you let slip through your fingers because you were too afraid to take action. The worst pain in life isn't failure. It's knowing you never even tried. It's looking back and realizing that you had the potential to be extraordinary, but instead you settled for mediocrity. That's the fate of every man who refuses to take control of his own life. And if you keep living the way you are now, that's exactly where you're headed. You need to kill the version of yourself that tolerates failure. You need to bury the weak, undisciplined, excuse-making mindset that has been holding you back, because that version of you is your greatest enemy. It is the part of you that tells you to take it easy, that whispers in your ear when you feel tired, convincing you that it's okay to rest when you should be working. It is the voice that justifies every bad decision, every missed opportunity, every wasted moment. And if you don't destroy it, it will destroy you. Success is not about intelligence, it's not about luck. It's about discipline, consistency, and an unbreakable will. The men who win in life are not the ones who had the best circumstances. They're the ones who refused to quit. They're the ones who kept pushing, who forced themselves to get up and work even when they didn't feel like it. They didn't sit around waiting for motivation, hoping that one day they would feel ready. They simply acted. And because they acted, they won. You have two choices right now. You can keep living the way you are, weak, lost, making excuses while the world passes you by, or you can decide right here, right now, that you are done tolerating failure, that from this moment forward, you will move differently, you will wake up earlier, you will train harder, you will work longer, you will become the kind of man who takes what he wants instead of waiting for permission. Because the truth is, the universe rewards those who demand more from themselves. You have always had the potential to be great. You have always had the ability to rise above the masses and carve out a life that most people can only dream of. But potential means nothing if you don't act on it. If you continue to hesitate, if you keep making the same weak decisions, your life will remain exactly as it is, empty, uninspiring, filled with regret. But if you choose to change, if you commit to the path of discipline and action, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So what will it be? Will you step up and claim the life that is waiting for you? Or will you keep letting time slip away, making excuses until it's too late? The choice is yours, but remember this, once time is gone, you can never get it back. Let me ask you something. Do you actually like being a loser? Be honest. Do you wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and feel proud of the person staring back at you? Or do you feel disgusted? Do you feel like a failure? Because deep down, you already know the answer. You know exactly why your life is stuck in the same miserable cycle, and yet you keep doing the same pathetic things day after day, expecting something to change. It won't. You sit around, scrolling through your phone, watching other men live the life you dream about. You see them in their supercars, in their mansions, flying on private jets, surrounded by success. And instead of asking yourself, how can I make that my reality? You sit there making excuses. You tell yourself they got lucky. You convince yourself they had rich parents, better opportunities, more resources. You lie to yourself because it's easier than accepting the truth. And the truth is simple. They worked harder than you. They were willing to suffer, sacrifice, and endure the pain you refuse to face. You want success? You want respect? You want to escape this loser existence you built for yourself? Then earn it. No one is going to hand you a better life. No one is coming to save you. The world does not care how you feel. It does not care if you're tired, depressed, or unmotivated. Success is not something you deserve. It's something you take. And right now, you're taking nothing. You're sitting there, trapped in a prison of your own making, waiting for some magical moment where life suddenly becomes easier. That moment will never come. Let me tell you something that will change your life if you have the balls to accept it. Losing is a choice. Being broke is a choice. Being fat, lazy, miserable, all choices. You are exactly where you are today because of the decisions you've made. You chose comfort over discipline. You chose distraction over focus. You chose excuses over action. And now, you're sitting in the mess you created, too weak to admit that you are the problem, and that's why you're losing. That's why you feel empty inside, because some part of you knows you were meant for more, but instead of rising up, you keep betraying yourself. You hit snooze when you should wake up. You skip the gym when you should train. You waste time when you should be grinding. And the worst part, you justify it. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Guess what? Tomorrow never comes. Every single second, you are either moving forward or falling behind. Every choice you make is either making you stronger or weaker. And right now, you are choosing to be weak. That should terrify you. This world is a battleground. The strong dominate. The weak get crushed. The successful rise because they refuse to quit. The failures drown in their own excuses. You can either wake up, take control, and start building the life you were meant to have, or you can stay exactly where you are, broke, lost, and watching other men win from the sidelines. So what's it gonna be? You know what separates winners from losers? Winners act, losers hesitate. The world is designed to keep you weak, distracted, and obedient. It feeds you comfort, seduces you with entertainment, and drowns you in useless pleasures, all while stripping you of your power. And guess what? You let it happen. You willingly allow yourself to be programmed into weakness because it's easier than fighting back. You sit there, numbing yourself with endless distractions, video games, junk food, mindless scrolling, convincing yourself that one day you'll get serious. But one day never comes. You tell yourself you'll start the business, hit the gym, fix your life, but you never do. Instead, you keep repeating the same useless habits, hoping for a different outcome. That is the definition of insanity. Look at your daily routine. Be brutally honest. What do you actually do that moves you forward? What actions are you taking that will make you stronger, richer, more powerful? None. You wake up late, waste hours on nonsense, complain about your circumstances, and then wonder why your life never improves. That is a loser's mindset. And as long as you keep thinking like a loser, you will remain one. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care if you're tired, unmotivated, or struggling. It rewards those who take what they want and punishes those who wait for permission. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you success. If you want to escape your current reality, you need to wake up and start attacking life with relentless force. That means getting out of bed with purpose, training like a warrior, working like a machine, and refusing to waste even a single second on the things that don't push you forward. Think about the men you admire, the ones who dominate in every aspect of life. Do you think they waste their time? Do you think they sit around feeling sorry for themselves? No, they operate with precision. They wake up before the world, they train their bodies into weapons, they build businesses, they make money, they sharpen their minds, they move with purpose. And that's exactly what you need to do. Right now, you're moving like a sheep, waiting, hoping, wishing. That ends today. From this moment forward, you move like a predator. Calculating, disciplined, unstoppable. The difference between you and the man you want to become is simple. He executes. He doesn't overthink, doesn't second guess, he doesn't hesitate, he acts. And because he acts, he wins. You, on the other hand, are trapped in a cycle of inaction. You analyze everything, you overcomplicate things, you let fear stop you before you even start. And that's why you're stuck. Success is not about knowing everything, it's not about having the perfect plan, it's about doing. Taking the first step, adjusting as you go, and refusing to quit no matter what obstacles come your way. Right now, you are at a crossroads. You can continue living like a weak, hesitant, excuse-making failure, or you can make a decision, a real decision, to change. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take action. action immediately, because every second you delay, you are falling further behind. And if you don't wake up and start fighting for your life, you will lose this game. So what's your move? Everything comes down to a single moment, a decision, a real decision. Not the weak, half-hearted promises you've been making to yourself for years, not the empty declarations that this time will be different. A decision backed by action, by relentless discipline, by an unshakable commitment to escape the mediocrity that has chained you down for so long. Because that's what this really is, a battle, a war between two versions of yourself. The weak version, the one that accepts failure, the one that procrastinates, the one that hides from discomfort, or the warrior, the machine, the man who refuses to be anything less than excellent. Most people will never make that decision. They will continue to lie to themselves, saying they'll start tomorrow, saying life is unfair, saying success is just luck. And those people will remain exactly where they are, stuck, invisible, forgotten. That is the fate of the masses, a slow, predictable decline into insignificance. They will wake up every morning with the same frustrations, go to bed every night with the same regrets, and one day they will realize that their time is up. No more second chances, no more tomorrows. Just the cold, crushing realization that they wasted their entire existence waiting for a moment that never came. You cannot afford to be one of them. You cannot afford to let time slip through your fingers while you stand around watching others take everything you've ever wanted. Because the truth is, there are men out there who are winning while you hesitate. Right now, someone is grinding, learning, growing, making connections, stacking their wealth, training their body, sharpening their mind, and while they move forward, you sit still, convincing yourself that one day you'll catch up. You won't. Because the longer you wait, the further they get ahead, and soon the gap will be so wide that you'll have no chance of closing it. You think the world will wait for you? It won't. It will move forward with or without you. It will reward those who take action and crush those who don't. That's the reality of life. The strong rise, the weak fade away, and the only thing that determines which side you end up on is what you choose to do right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. The path is simple, but it is not easy. You wake up earlier than everyone else. You train your body like your life depends on it. You build wealth not because money matters, but because power does. You eliminate distractions, destroy every excuse, and commit to winning at all costs. That is the only way. That is the price you must pay to become the man you were meant to be. So what are you going to do? Close this video and go back to your pathetic, meaningless habits. Or are you going to take control? Because at the end of the day, it's you against you. And if you don't wake up and start fighting for your life, you've already lost. So when men say, I feel sad, who cares? The world doesn't care. All the men who are out here to destroy you and take your girl don't care. So why do you care? Like the person who should care least is you. You're the only person who wakes up every day who should have a genuine vested interest in improving your life. Nobody else wakes up and wants to improve your life, only you. So if nobody else cares about how you feel, why do you care?